We are going to do our first recipe video together on this channel. My aunt sent my mom a recipe that has no instructions and it's barely legible, so we are just going to take a stab at deciphering it and see how it turns out. It's supposed to be peanut butter cake.
We think.
While we put the recipe together, we are going to talk about how we met our husbands and our love stories. I'm sure there's probably some funny parts in there too. So we're just gonna chat and have a good time.
All right, so we think this is peanut butter cake, and this is a recipe that, like we said, my sister sent this to me, and it was her mother-in-law's. She tried to make this the other night herself, and she sent it to me, and she said, "What do you think of this?" And I looked at it, and I said, "Well, I think I can figure out what the ingredients are." She said, "Did you notice anything else?" And I did not at first, because I have a lot of recipes like this in my own stash. But there are no instructions. There's no order of ingredients that it goes in. There's no heat or time. So we're just gonna see what we can come up with. We thought that it sounded like a fun thing to do, and it's supposed to be peanut butter cake, and we both like peanut butter and we both like cake, so we're gonna give it a go. Do we think we're gonna need a beater?
I would say so.
It doesn't say to beat anything, but I mean, surely we will. It says 1/4 cup of butter. It doesn't say what to do with it, but I'm thinking
It's rock hard.
I'm thinking we're gonna have to melt it.
Probably.
What do you think?
Yes. So do you want to start off with your story?
So how I met my husband is we were seniors in high school, and
I feel like you need to go back to the store.
the store.
Yeah, because
Oh,
you guys
yes.
knew each other.
So I had seen my husband years before I knew who he was. But my parents owned a Christian bookstore, and my husband to be at the time, that's a 1/2 cup of butter, right? And it calls for 1/4 cup.
Wait,
She's not reading the instructions. What little we
hang
have.
Hang on. Isn't a stick
Is a 1/2 cup?
half?
Yeah, we only need 1/4.
No, isn't it a 1/4?
No, it's a 1/2. 2 sticks is 1 cup.
Right. Okay. Let's see this. Sorry. I've been up since 5 a.m., okay? Does that look about right? Maybe a little bit more.
Sure.
Starting off strong.
Great. Type A, type B, just don't forget that. So anyway, my husband's mom
I'll get the cup.
would come in
Do you have a cup?
in that drawer, to the Christian bookstore with my husband on Friday nights. And so when my mother, she told us years later, when she figured out who he was and everything, that she would see my mother-in-law coming and would just pray that my husband wouldn't be with her, because she had him later in life, and things that would bother younger mothers did not bother her with him, and he would rearrange the whole store to put it nicely. And so that was kind of funny, although I don't remember that. I don't remember him from that. But then the next time I saw him again is he has much older siblings, and I babysat one of his siblings' children, and him and his mom gave me a ride home one time. And so even a few years after that, when we were seniors in high school, we met, or even we must have been juniors. I think we were the end of our junior year.
Right?
It was at a youth rally. So I went
for a BA, so I'm gonna do that real quick.
Yeah. So I went to a youth rally with a friend of mine, and my husband tells it that when I got out of the car, he was standing there with a good friend of his, and he didn't know me, and he looked at his friend and said, "You see that girl right there? I'm gonna marry her." And so it was a wild ride before we actually did get married. We're engaged a couple of times, and anyways, it was funny, but that's how I initially met him, was at church. We just celebrated 36 years of marriage in November, and God is good. Okay, so we have 1/4 cup-ish of butter right now, a cup of sugar, 1 beaten egg, which is she's doing right now, and then we'll put that in there.
Beat all of this together.
I feel
that's
like
normally what happens.
that's what I
The
think
sugar,
too.
egg, and butter.
So, sure.
Oh, too late now.
Baking soda.
I feel like I'm one of those people that's at the gas pump that can't quite reach. So I'm gonna try it.
I was using this thing a couple weeks ago, and it, instead of going down, everything was going up. It was splattering all over the walls.
Like emulsifying?
I don't know what it was doing, but I was very frustrated with it. Then the next thing it tells us to do is 1 teaspoon of soda in 1 cup of milk sour. I don't know if there's even a cup of milk in here. I might have to go get.
Well, do you have half and half?
I do.
Let me just use that.
All right, so we'll. I haven't gone grocery shopping in a while because it's not something I really love to do. So we're just gonna improvise here. I mean, we can make up our own rules. It's not even a really. Okay, so then we have to get a teaspoon of baking soda in it, and we also have to make it sour. All right, so we'll put the cup of milk
Mixture.
with the teaspoon of baking soda. So there's that. Then we gotta make it sour. So I'll throw in a little bit of vinegar. What temperature do you think we should do this on? We should probably
350?
350 sounds good to me.
That way the top doesn't get burned.
And then
Put it in here.
I get sounds good to me. It doesn't really tell us what to do with it. Then 1/4 cup of peanut butter. I'm gonna mix this in because it seems like a nice idea. Seems like a nice idea.
Order of events.
Yes. So when we get to the flour situation is when we're really a little bit
Skeptical.
very skeptical of the ingredients list. This is obviously on a whim here, what we decided to do. So we weren't too organized, but this is how we roll. So I've already told my story, so
Yes.
you tell yours.
All right.
How you and your husband met.
So we met the first time in 2016. His family were missionaries and they came to our church for raising support. But at the time, he was only 16 and I was 19. No. I was 18, almost 19. And he had just turned 16. And so in my mind, he was way too young. And I actually tried to set him up with one of my friends, which did not work out at all. And so he tracked me down after service and we chatted for a little bit. I thought he was cute, but I mean, obviously he was 16 and I was almost 19.
An
so it was just,
old woman, very mature.
Yes. So that was not going to work. So the next year they came back for the same thing, and this time he had a beard, and he was 17, almost 18, and I was almost 20 by this point. And
But you did get together in
right,
between that time. Oh.
No, we did not.
You did not?
Not the
Oh, I
first
thought
time.
you did.
Nope. Yeah, we had no contact for that first year,
Okay.
from 2016 to 2017. And so after that, we talked after service again, and I was like, oh, well, he actually seems like a man this time. He has a beard and everything. And so we became friends. We added each other on Facebook and the like, and chatted for a little while, and I really liked him. And he really liked me, and I thought it was going to go somewhere, but then I just felt like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I just was holding back, and he had asked me to hang out. We went hiking, and
But you had to meet to do
yes,
that.
yeah, we
It
met
was
halfway.
far away.
Yeah, because he lived 4.5 hours away. So we met halfway. We went hiking, and coincidentally, that day is the day he fell in love with me. But the day I decided I didn't want to be with him. So it's still a running joke between us. Got Gaunt's the baby. So like 9 months later, around there, it was like that next summer. I was just thinking, and I just thought, I'm so silly. I don't know why I didn't go for Jed. He's the perfect guy for me. He's everything that I'm looking for. I don't know why I told him no. And so I was on FaceTime with my sister and my brother-in-law, and I told them what I was thinking, and they told me that I should message him and tell him that. I was terrified to do that because if anyone knows me, that is not my personality at all to just go for something like that. But they convinced me to do it, so I sent a long text message and told him how I felt and that I had changed my mind, and totally understood that if he didn't want to do that, if he didn't want to pursue a relationship because of what I told him the year prior to that. So he read the message, and like I could see that he read the message, and then it took him 30 minutes to respond. So I was freaked out, thinking that I had chased him off and that I had made a total fool of myself. But then he came back and said that he did want to move forward with me. This sounds like a business negotiation. And it was long distance. It was 4.5 hours apart. But we started dating, even though I didn't realize that we were dating for 3 days after that. So we have 2 different dating anniversaries in our minds. His is September 24th and mine is September 27th. Because he thought that we were in a relationship and I thought we were still kind of talking about it, which is definitely par for the course with us. But yeah, that was in 2018, and we got married July 13th of 2019, and now we have 3 kids. So
Yeah. Yeah, we love Jen.
yeah, he's a good guy.
This is where it gets weird for us, because it only calls for a 1/2 cup of flour, possibly a 1.5 cups, but if it is a 1.5 cups, the one is like almost non-existent. So, and then it says vanilla and salt. So I think we just measure that with our hearts, evidently.
I mean,
So
that's what I always do anyway. So
there's some salt,
all right.
and here's a lot of vanilla.
Yeah,
And
that's good.
now we need to get some flour.
It's got to be a 1.5 cups.
Well, I can't imagine
A
it
1/2
won't
cup
be.
would be like soup.
Yes. So have a 1/2 cup here, so we'll put 3 in. Well, try that 1/2 cup and see.
No, that's like thin pancakes.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3. All right. Do we need to beat it again?
I don't know. Hang on.
And what size pan? I'm thinking an 8x8. Oops. This doesn't look like a big cake to me at all.
No. Or maybe one of those circle ones. Yeah, it's definitely a 1/2 cups.
Sorry for all the racket.
I think you didn't go into great detail
You-
about his. You didn't say anything about the doorstep or anything.
The doorstep. Oh,
I mean, that's like
yes.
iconic.
Yeah, so I did mention we were engaged a few different times.
I know, but that's
So
so big.
that is
That's
big.
a lot of drama.
Yes. Yes. This
That's
time
good.
that he proposed to me, he knew he saw the signs I was going to break up. He proposed to me and I said no and gave the ring right back to him and broke up with him. It was probably another several months that he wanted to get back together. So we did get back together and started planning a wedding with a date in mind, but no ring or anything like that. And I broke it off again. And so one of the things is that I was always taught, and I also believe that marriage is for life, and that I knew this was a big decision. And if I married him, then that was it. And I mean, I was only 20 years old, so maybe even 19 at this point. But I just knew that once I made that commitment, that was a lifelong commitment. And so that meant something to me. So I was scared to death. So we ended it again. And then after this time is the only time that he dated anybody else. This time he went out with another girl, and I did not like that at all. I had another boyfriend at the time. He had another girlfriend. We all decided to go on a double date, which was ridiculous. When we were on this double date, she was being syrupy sweet, sickly sweet to him, and I was furious because I'm like, okay, he is supposed to wait till I'm ready. Like I don't like this competition. So I realized then I had no business dating the guy I was dating because I was in love with Alan. So I broke it off with the guy that I had been dating, and then my best friend was getting married, and it was a week after our wedding had been planned. And how I came about to be where I was and needed a ride, I don't remember that part of it, but I needed a ride, and Alan was there, and he offered to give me a ride. And so I got in his truck, and he said to me, "Do you ever think about last week?" And that we would have been married the week before. And I said, "Yes, I do." And we realized we did love each other. And after that wedding, I had to go to work. He drove 2 or 3 hours away, broke up with his girlfriend in person. And when I got out of work that night at 10 o'clock and got to my house, he was sitting on my doorstep waiting for me. And the rest is history. We were married 3 months later, and that was 36 years ago. So there, are you happy now with the
that's
details?
better.
She wanted you to know all those details. So
You can't
those
say,
are the details.
Oh, we met and then we were engaged a few times. Like, you've got to tell more than that.
Greasing the pan. This is a little trick that I learned off Frugal Money Saver. That's what it is. Emmy and Paul from Frugal Money Saver. I learned this off her channel, that she doesn't throw away the butter wrappers. She uses them to grease her pans with. And so ever since then, that's what I do. That's what I taught Rebecca to do, except for the time I told her to throw some away because she had like 40 of them and hadn't used them. I said, well, you've got enough for now. You don't need to keep that many.
That's quite enough.
We greased the pan. We have set our oven to 350 degrees. All right. So what do you say? Like maybe 30 minutes, start out and check it? 30 how about
minutes?
33 minutes.
Okay. I was thinking more like 20, but...
Oh, really? Well, because I'm thinking of like a cake mix, if I do a cake mix.
Oh, yeah. I haven't made a cake mix in forever.
One moment, I'm going to look at one in my...
Just gonna cheat.
I'm going to cheat. Because, you know, you got to use the resource. It's not cheating, it's using the resources available to you.
It's true.
So 27 to 30 minutes or 34 to 37 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can start at 30.
All right, we'll start at 30 and then we'll check it and see what happens. So in we go.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Alright, so the timer just went off and we are going to check it and see
That
if it's done.
30 minutes on 350. I think it needs a little longer. It feels it right there.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not quite clean either.
Yeah, so we'll try another 5 minutes.
Sure. So the cake came out of the oven and ended up being a total of 38 minutes. We put it in for 30 at first, then we added another 5 minutes, and it was still a little gummy in the middle. So then we added another 3 minutes, and now I think it's pretty good.
So that was 350 for 38 minutes.
Yep.
So now we have icing that we've made chocolate. We decided with peanut butter and chocolate is iconic pairing. And so we'll frost it and then we'll taste it and we'll see how it went.
Sounds good.
All right.
I thought of the perfect name for this cake.
What is it?
Peanut butter cake, some assembly required.
Yeah, very true. So there we are, peanut butter cake with chocolate icing. So we'll see.
Yummy.
We'll see what happens. It looks good.
It does look good.
I'll show you. Hopefully that's where you can see it. The crumb looks good on it.
Oh, very
It's good. Yeah, I took some without the frosting because I at first didn't get the peanut butter. I think peanut butter I think that was only a quarter of a cup of peanut butter that called for.
Not even.
I definitely think it could be more peanut butter.
Yeah. Maybe like a
Less sugar.
third cup of peanut butter.
Yeah, or even half. Yeah, so that's a win. Don't be afraid to try.
Yeah.
I guess that's what we're learning. All right.
Bye.
Bye.